every +6, every pick. This is AFL Fantasy Live with the Traders. Now, here are your hosts, Roy, Calvin, and Warnie.
G'day with the Traders, brought to you by Sportsbet. I'm Roy, I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Warn Dogs.
And Calvin.
Coach your mighty Calvinator.
Round 13, boys. We're through one round of buys. We've got two more to go, and there's a heap going on.
There's a heap going on with the buys. So if you haven't caught all of that information, you should know that we've only got the Lions, Blues, Bombers, and Dogs on the buy. We were going to have the Tigers and the Eagles, but they're now playing this week. So if you hadn't caught that, well... You might need to adjust some of your thinking.
Been under a rock.
With that too is that we've obviously got 4 trades now for next week. So that was announced on Tuesday, I think it was. So you need to pivot your thinking.
What was that? You've got to be fragile.
Agile and flexible and agile, whatever that turns into for you.
And fast.
Yes. So the thing is, with that, you've got 7 trades essentially to make sure that your side is right for next week.
That's right, Dog.
So because you've got 2 more teams playing this week, it should hopefully even out enough for you. Where do you think you're sitting at the moment?
I'll be stretched. I'm stretched thin next week, but I've got 7 trades to salvage 18 players. And if I don't, more fool me.
Look, and that's where I'm at. So I've got like a Gaff, a Dusty, and all these guys that are hoping we're going to be next week. But they've been moved forward. So next week I'm sitting at about 13 or 14 on field at the moment. Heaps of trades left. I can easily get my 18
You get
plus.
an 18, but I can easily 18 plus, so you get...
Well, I'm going to try for 18 plus, but...
I don't know.
Selection might have something to do with that. That'll be coming up very shortly. But some of the things to know this week, we've got a game tonight, Thursday night, and that is Geelong and Port Adelaide over at Adelaide Oval. And if you need to make any moves, you've got to get that done. If you're listening to this podcast on Friday, that happened before.
Do we have...
Good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, great game.
I can't believe the winner was Geelong. Any moves tonight? Anything that you guys need to do tonight?
No, and I don't have anyone really, apart like a couple of players playing, but like no one that I need to shuffle or think about. Won't be doing any VC out of tonight.
No.
The only player I did think, Lockie Jones, was half a chance to come into my side as a rookie. Just over 300 he is now, but I won't be doing that because we do have a little bit of news out of that.
We do.
Would
you call it breaking news?
Not really.
Fair enough.
Broken news.
Broken news.
Some of the other things, there is a Monday game, so we'll know our squads tonight, but we obviously won't get the final 22s for Sundays because that's Friday, 5 o'clock, but Saturday at 4:30 p.m. will be the Monday 22s, okay? So have that in your thinking with how you're making your moves. But Cal, you did mention on Monday's podcast, all the times are a bit different this weekend. It's a 4:15 start on Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
4:30. So it's just after. You find out the 4:30 for those Sunday teams, or the Monday teams, sorry. At 4:30.
Really?
So it's just after that first lockout. Not that it hopefully affects you too much, but it would have been nice to have known those before that game. Just in case.
That's right. Sober hour.
I know. All right, the teams will be here shortly, but if you missed the news as well, Bucks gone. What does that mean?
Disgraceful, mate.
Do they win?
Well, that's the thing.
I know. If it was anyone other than Melbourne, maybe.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right, Dog, because I thought about that and I thought, God, if you're ever going to live, it's then, but I just don't think
I don't think they're capable.
No. I'll tell you what would help.
Grundy.
Big Pig was back.
I know, and guess what? Sources say may be named tonight.
Imagine that.
Hey, I'm just putting it out there.
He'd want to play for Bucks.
He would
last game.
He's going, Bucks, put me in. Bucks is like your neck is sore. He goes, look, no, it's not.
Best thing out about the sound. Did you watch the press conference? It was so entertaining.
Robbo?
The Bucks, Robbo.
Oh, my God.
He sounds like you after about 10 of those coffees.
Oh, no, these are good coffee tonight too.
Double strength.
They are good coffee.
Yeah.
But no, that was quite funny. If you haven't seen that, check that out on Twitter.
That was just unheard of in this day and age.
It sums him up, though, doesn't it? It just sums up Robbo.
It was unbelievable.
A couple of debutants we already know about. John Newcomb, he'll be playing on Friday night, 170k midfielder. He was picked up in the mid-season draft, so it's only been on the list for a week. 106 average in the VFL, so he can score,
though, isn't it?
Yeah. The only thing is, remember Hawthorn got Connor Downey debuting in round 1.
Great point.
Okay.
Wore the vest, didn't even come on.
Right.
So, good debut.
Yeah, so fingers crossed that won't happen.
Is he playing?
Well, the good thing is that's Friday night footy. We'll know before that.
Of course we will.
But surely Surely they're not. Clubs aren't going to debut people.
You can't debut a bit of
GWS did
best.
it the other day too, didn't they? I think they did.
Oh, it's just not on.
Stupid.
Not on. All right. Josh Worrell, the 170k defender forward, very handy with that flexibility.
Yep.
He's got the bye next week, so that
Just
comes
we've
into
been waiting
thinking
for that for a while,
Yes.
haven't we?
He's thanks
Come
to
on, awkward week.
Keeper League K's there. He's let us know that he's averaging 66 in the sample from his 9 games. So those 9 games, 6 of them have been over 70. So
That's all right.
Yeah,
Yep,
that's enough.
very
there to
serviceable.
Go. Joel Weston, 170k mid, averaging 72 in the waffle. Brandon Walker, he's for Freo, and also Brandon Walker playing for Freo. 172k defender, only averaging 44.
Oh, dear.
Not
No
good. So
Valenti.
some of the thinking there, no Valenti, of course.
Gosh, it just
At least we
doesn't
know he's
exist.
alive and he's still playing.
Well,
But,
that is true.
The thing that the question is, these guys that have got the bye next week, can you still bring them in this week?
Well, you can.
Yeah.
You certainly can, especially if you're confident you can get 19 together for next week, you can bring one of those guys in. But so I can see now why you're not considering Lockie Jones anymore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can't justify that extra 100K plus
160, 150 or something.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Wow, is he up that much? Yeah. No, it can't be done. Even
right.
though job security's nice,
It is.
too much money. though.
Teams, let's go.
Oh, dear.
All right,
Come
let's
on.
make
Let's
it happen.
hold back our high fives tonight.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
because I don't want to get too excited and then end up with
A 20.
Okay.
No, so
I'm only scraping towards an 18, so 20s will really
What?
hurt this week.
my two high fives return 20
I
each.
know, so we'll have to do something else.
Do more high fives. Maybe
Yeah.
it's just times by 4. All right.
Come on,
Let's
boys.
get into it. The first one is Friday night footy, and we're looking at Warner is out with that leg.
Yes.
That was flagged during the week. Bell, who was last week's sub, stays in, so that's where they're at.
Good stuff.
Hawthorn, Will Day, Jager O'Meara, and Jai Newcomb are the ins. Outs omitted. Cousins, Greaves, Morris, and Lewis is injured. So
You said Greaves, didn't you?
Yeah.
Not Reeves.
Greaves. Oh yes, your mate's still
Okay,
there.
lucky there
I
wasn't a
should-
silent
I should
G.
have played that one a bit smarter with
You
that
could
one
have,
for
but
you.
that's where you're at tonight.
On
so don't bother.
Saturday, so 4:15 Eastern Time, that's 2:15 in the West. Conker, Pearce, good to see him back. Bewley, Weston and Walker, as mentioned there, are coming in. So out, Blakely's been omitted. Wilson, his suspension. Logue with the concussion. Cox with the hamstring. Fife with the shoulder.
Jeez.
Toby Watson, the medical sub, but guess who's not named out? Big Sean Darcy.
Now,
What?
that
Hang
was
on.
breaking news here.
Yes.
Yep.
Jack Wise.
Jack broke that, and we broke it.
And we broke it.
He is named as the ruck. There you go. Massive.
We got it first.
Well
we
done.
definitely did
We
get
were
it first.
Yeah, we were.
Tweet everyone and let them know.
Yep, let
We're
'em
the
know.
new newsbreakers in
We
town.
are. We are.
Gold Coast, their ins, Jack Bowes and Matt Rowell. We get to see a
Yes.
Rowell
Come
back.
on.
You beauty.
Little piglet.
We had him round 1.
We did. Round one.
So, the outs. Farah has been omitted. So, anyone holding him then over that bye?
No one would. I
Don't know.
guess a few would.
There's a few have.
Yeah.
Atkins has been omitted, and Corbett was the Medi sub, so he's out. Now, St Kilda and Adelaide, Long, Loney, and Hunter comes in. So anyone that might have needed him to come onto the ground.
Is he back?
Yep, so he's back in. So
Desperate
out
times.
there, Clever Rhino has been omitted.
Yeah, that's the one.
Geary's out with the shoulder. Ross managed and Membry managed. Both of those guys have flown home. So Highmore stays in, Cow.
Oh,
that's good.
God, does he?
Now,
God.
So,
holy hat.
hang on. So they're
Right, come on. Yep.
shared ruck, are they? Ryder
Must be.
and
Yeah,
Hunter.
must be. Yeah, yep.
Oh, God, field day.
Adelaide, Worrell is in, as we mentioned. Berry comes back after that concussion. The outs, Ronan O'Connor.
What?
Not a
Thanks for your
Wasn't
1 week
20
contribution
enough?
of 20.
So now here's a forced trade.
Disgraceful.
Lockie Scholl, omitted Cow.
Omitted.
No, and you know what?
Well, now we have, like,
What a
he could have been,
blessing.
you hold him until the 14 if you had
No.
to. But it's great that we get to
I don't
move
want to
him.
be rude, but sucked into him.
Omitted.
No, I don't care. Look, he has not turned up for about 4 weeks.
No.
That is true.
He can... Oh, I'm glad they've got rid of him.
Right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, Nathan Murray's been... Is it Nathan Murray? I'm mixed these. Murray. He's been omitted.
Oh, that's right. The other week. It was only the other
Is
day.
there a
we
Nick Murray?
It's
we
and a
went
Nick
through
Murray?
Nathan
Nick
Lovett
Murray.
Murray and
Sunday, so we don't have the full squads for these ones here. But North Melbourne coming into the squad: Tarrant, Stevenson, Bozanelagi. That's who's back in there. Roy. Phillips and Tristan Cherry. Ex-Erie. We've also got the outs there then. Menaju's been omitted, and Lazaro, the medical sub, who was not used as a medical sub last week's been omitted as well.
Just signed on today, didn't he? Big celebration. See ya.
GWS, so Riccardi's been omitted, Buntine's been omitted. Coming into the squad: Toby Green, Kennedy, Steiny, Matty De Boer, and Tanner Bruin are into the squad. Obviously, these Sunday ones are on 5 o'clock on Friday. You'll find these out. West Coast and Richmond. For West Coast, Shepherd's out with a concussion. Williams out injured. Coming in, Duggan, Oscar Allen after his concussion. Big JJK, Brander and Vardy into the squad there. For Richmond, Collier Dawkins has been omitted. I'm glad they've named it up now because they could have done this at 5 o'clock.
I'm starting to be in a bit of trouble.
Yeah.
What?
No high fives.
Coming into the squad, Lambert. So that's probably your first little switch there. It's Lambert in for Collier Dawkins. Then Martin Ralph Smith Miller. Ben Miller, new player. But they haven't made a big deal about him. So I'm assuming he will not play.
No.
Right. RCD. RCD can GONE, I reckon, Roy.
Queen's birthday Monday game. The Big Freeze.
Oh, still on with that.
About that. That is on Monday at the SCG. SCG. Goodness. Big Freeze at the SCG. Make sure you get your beanie. If you're in Sydney, get along to it. Cracking game. So Melbourne, their ins. Langdon, Chandler and Brown. No outs as yet, but Collingwood, Sire is out with that jaw, so into the squad. Main, after he was managed last week. McCreary had a bit of a calf, I think it was. Mason Cox and Wilson, basketball background, are in. So no Brodie Grundy for anyone thinking that he might have been a chance.
We went for 2 scoops.
Not the chance.
And Sire is out, and so is Buckley. Right. Now, here's the thing.
So there's a bit of carnage.
Now, there is. Here you go, though. So, am I right by thinking, Dog, that Hawthorn will pick their sub player, their emergency person, from their emergency list?
Yes.
So, he's not wearing the vest.
No, he's in the team.
Yeah, exactly. So, he's 100% right.
So, he's making his debut in the 22. He's not 23 in the 23 like it was before. Exactly. Because we knew that too with Connor Downey, because when that team was announced on the Friday night in round 1, he was in the emergency, but we knew that he was going to be the emergency because he was in the emergency. He knew that he was the medical stuff.
So Josh Worrell's been named on the half-back flank. And I'm just looking at who's wearing the vest for them. Listen to these names. Shoal. First emergency.
He'd be perfect, actually.
He could be a great vester, and they're like, mate, you only ever turn up for half a game, so you are perfect
for
this.
Half, yeah.
And they'll make Jacko's in there, and even Ronan O'Connor. He is a best chance. Yeah. He only plays half a game as well.
Straight-faced, you told me last week that he was a good downgrade option.
He was last week. There was no one else.
There was a Sydney guy that went well.
Yeah, but he was a forward.
Mate, I got DPP coming out my backside.
You do, Amati named in the forward pocket. That's an interesting question in this too. Like, do you go Amati this week? Like, if you're picking up someone that's got the bye next week, you go Amati this week at 200k and then get Worrell in round 15.
You definitely do that.
I think you do.
But if you need a defender, obviously you need to go Worrell.
Bit of DPP action, though. You can't go wrong with that.
Worrelling. All right, we'll start thinking about it a little bit more after this.
Hi, it's Nat Edwards. AFL Daily is a new daily podcast from the AFL. Each morning, Damien Barrett and I will share the biggest stories and the biggest opinions in footy. We'll connect the dots and tell you what the stories mean for your clubs and your favourite players. AFL Daily, your new daily footy habit. Available wherever you listen to podcasts.
So as we speak, Joel Amati-Cow is the most traded in player. 9,900 coaches have done that, and that's fair. At number 3 is Ned Rees, so he's been named. He's at full forward there for Hawthorn.
And been really good. Yeah, he's been really good.
245, you've got that bench ruck that will play these next 2 bye rounds. Or you assume that he will.
Now, most people can't get him on the field this week. That's the only issue.
Yeah, but that's okay. I'm in that position too.
Because it's still a long-term game here. He's still making you 40-odd K each week that he plays.
He's just not helping people scramble to 18.
Yes. No, you might have to make that decision and grab a O'Warrell.
You might.
Yes.
Or John Newcomb, who is now number 4 most traded in. That could become number 1.
Surely
by
that's become
tomorrow morning, I
Yes.
reckon. That could be.
Check Fantasy Ready, dog. Check Fantasy Ready. That'll tell you where he is, mate.
I'm sure it'll be very accurate. With,
Too right, it will. I'll be doing it tomorrow.
With the times.
I'll do it in the morning.
Okay,
Going to be
all
like
right.
that. Jeez, dog.
Gee,
Good.
that was
He's
good.
having a go at my accuracy,
I think you're right.
Gee, fair enough.
Tom
too.
Brown like cow. All right. But then number 2 most traded in. Here's Lockie Whitfield. Is he the number 1 target?
Roy?
Is there any worries about him? No. We heard some little sources.
What?
That he was running away from the main group.
Yeah.
Didn't really see anything too concrete on that, though.
No. So, but there's always slight concerns with Whitfield, but I still
And a
think.
slight concern with maybe a tag as well.
Oh, I guess so. But yeah, I wouldn't be scared off by the tag. I would definitely do my homework whether that running away from the group is true.
Yep.
I have him right up there in the top trade targets with Kelly
Yep.
and Hall.
Okay,
as
so
the Uber premiums.
here's the question, because I've got this one. Kelly or Whitfield? Who would you be picking?
Kelly.
Yeah, that's where I've landed at the moment.
Yeah, and then I'd still be looking at Whitfield
Yeah.
like next week or the week after. But yeah, I think Kelly this week.
Yep.
Both good options.
Right, and Took Miller's right up there too. You're paying some dollars for him, but
You are.
worth
And
it.
the thing is, though, with
God, he's
Raul,
so good.
with Raul back,
Yeah, what does that mean?
Don't know.
And the thing we don't know is the reason you don't do it.
Not
Yeah.
at that cost.
That's it.
That's the thing.
There
That's
is a
fine.
small flag, and
There
when
is.
you're paying that much, there needs to be no flags.
Gosh, it could go either way for him. I mean, it's hard to be any better than he has been.
I know.
But, like, he might be.
He might
He's
be
got
better.
a better player getting it to him as
I
well.
think so.
Oh, anyway, it's interesting.
Now, currently the most traded out, Chad Warner. Well, he is out, and we sort of knew that a few days ago. James Jordan going this week, which you can do, obviously.
Yeah, it's probably
I'm
time.
holding at the
Oh,
moment.
yeah, there's
just
nothing wrong
because
with that
he's
either.
Yep.
Playing against
Collingwood,
Collingwood is
yeah.
one of the factors, and I'll need bodies that are playing
Who
this
was
week.
the winger that he... Langdon. Did he
So
come
he's
back
back
in?
in, yep.
Oh, that's good
So-
for you if you're a holder.
Yeah. Collier Dawkins, number 3, he probably slides up a bit further up the list because he's now a trade-out target.
Well, a lot of people have
because
him.
he's not going to be there next week anyway because of the bye.
Way
so
to go out with that big bang.
Yeah,
mate.
see you later.
That hurts. Harry Jones on the bye. Nat Fyfe, obviously injured. Lockie Scholl, that'll probably slide up for anyone
Oh,
else that's
I'd
still
say.
silly enough to own him.
That's just anger trades at the
Is it?
moment.
yeah, exactly.
I can't believe he got in there purely on anger.
A little bit further down is Sean Darcy.
Go up
Sean Darcy, you've got to reverse it.
Oh, you're reversing
He
that.
could be every chance to be out, though, a laid out.
Yeah.
Yes?
Maybe that would be more incentive to get Reeves in.
Yeah.
If you hold Darcy.
Definitely.
Just if you want to play pretty safe.
Yeah, agree.
Or if you're smart too and have Meek in your side still.
Meeky
No, like he might come in for him.
true,
is what
true.
I'm saying there.
Yes, good.
Is if he's out.
Would be a
that
sensible
would be-
replacement.
Well, you'd think it would be sensible, but actually, yeah, Meekie's an emergency, so it's all good.
Onto
Smart.
it. Dogs onto it.
Yep.
Now it is time to go gold digging thanks to Sportsbet. Bet with mates.
Yep.
And you can bet together and share the moment with your mates. And Calvin, we shared a moment on the weekend.
We shared one, all right.
$144 goes into our Fight MND kit.
Yep. Thank me later, boys.
You are good.
Thank me later. Now, I've got a couple of anytime goal scorers up.
Yep.
But I missed it with Harmsy.
I flagged Harmsy.
I know.
You got greedy.
Okay. All right, Smarty, you're up this week.
Yeah, I
Tell
am.
me how to do it.
So I'm feeling the pressure. Obviously,
course.
you guys have gone all right. So anyway, I'm up. So
$40 wins.
Sunday night, I'm going the Tigers to win
Okay.
into Hearn 25 plus possessions,
Yeah, yeah.
which
Yep.
Richmond give
Play
up.
on.
Yes, exactly. And he gets his free play-ons. And then I'm going Dusty to kick a goal anytime, which... God,
Oh, that
Dusty
happens?
goals kind of happens every week. So that one looking really good, paying $4.75.
Love it. Good. So $30 on that one.
Yes.
Nice. Now,
Yep.
the other one that you're doing is Monday's game.
It certainly is.
Big Freeze game in Sydney.
And I reckon the big boys are coming out to play here.
Okay.
The Melbourne big boys have got an easy matchup versus Collingwood. The Pie big boys are going to be sending Bucks off to a
Right, okay.
farewell.
Yep, yep.
But I've still played it pretty safe. Pendles hasn't been racking up a heap. I was tempted to go 25 with him, but I'm going 20
Yep.
just to play it safe.
Yep.
Sidey 25.
Okay.
He's coming off a really good game. Petraka 25, and then Oliver 30.
Okay.
Pretty good, and it's paying $6.50.
All right.
And
All
they're
right.
just the big boys just need to turn up and do their thing.
I love it. Now, make sure you get your tickets along to the big game at the SCG and you want to get your hands on one of these Freeze 7
Good-looking beanies.
beanies. They're good. You can get them at Coles, Coles Express, Bunnings, or the website fightmnd.org.au.
Great beanies. Now, you can find Bet With Mates in the Sportsbet app. Start your group and share the moment of betting together with your mates.
Group members must have a valid Sportsbet account to participate. Live betting not available. Conditions apply. See sportsbet.com.au for more details. As always, gamble responsibly.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Yeah.
All righty, old lads. Now, let's have a look at this.
I don't know what I'm looking forward to most here.
Which one?
The captain advice or this joke that I reckon is going to be really, really good this week.
Right, stick with
You
the
got
captain.
a bit to do, Cal.
Well, let's stick with the thing I'm good at, and that's a little bit of advice.
Okay.
So you
Allegedly.
can vice captain anyone here, knowing that, geez, unless you've got 22 playing, you can put your captain on a player that's on the bye, and you can get your VC there. So let's just go through the best picks.
Right.
And we're going to start with the Monday game, and we're looking at Max Gone. No Grundy.
Up against Max Lynch.
Now, if Riley O'Brien, of all people, can score 111
Oh, my goodness.
against Collingwood, Max goes 140.
240.
Bloodbath.
240.
Right. So that one's done. That's an
Bloodbath.
easy option.
It's a big bath.
It's a massive bath full.
So here's your C option.
Right.
Claret
Yeah, 100%. Now,
Sicko.
Now, another one, Clayton Oliver, in the same game. Last year against Collingwood, he had 171. Yep. So he's going to be awesome. And even the Crows last week, the Crows had 6 tons against Collingwood. He is going to be awesome.
Is it a worry that they're going to lift?
No.
It's not, is it?
It's not a worry. So I love him. I've got Taranto high up there as well.
Yep.
So in his last 5 games, he's gone at 125. They are all great captain scores
They
that
are.
you'd take every day. So, and last year, last time he played against North Melbourne was in Hobart.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that was 2019. Career high 156.
Loves
So
Tassie.
he's got the form, he's got everything on his side, plus a really good record at Blundstone Arena against North
He
Melbourne.
might be a good franchise player for us to chase Tassie team.
Yep, definitely. So
Cool.
they're the best picks.
Geez,
They
you
are.
want your beanie down at Blundstone.
Oh, mate,
Oh,
you
wouldn't
will.
you?
She's been fresh. She's been fresh. Now,
Gosh.
right, okay, I'll rush
Are we
through that.
VCing it?
Who are we VCing?
Yeah, is
well,
it-
I'm going Taranto
Are you?
into Max.
Yep.
God, just nice being able to VC Taranto.
Yeah.
You'd never
No, you
put him on the
you
line to
couldn't
give
do
him
it.
the C.
But I think the line this week is a comfy 120.
Who are you looking at, Roy? Is it Taranto?
Well, now he said that, yeah, I am. I just feel so safe coming home with those Melbourne big
Yeah.
boys that I'll get on my most exciting. I might even take Hall in that.
I don't mind Hall. Hall's on the list. Laird's going to be okay as well against St Kilda. Look, he had 131 last week after that 75, which is pretty poor.
Yeah.
His numbers against St Kilda are huge,
Yeah.
except he had 81 last year, which was a bit of an anomaly,
Yep,
Roy.
yep.
But before that, 130s, 120s.
Who are you thinking, Doc?
Both are going to be good.
It probably is Taranto, I reckon.
Yeah, that's where
So
I'm
you're both Taranto over Hall?
Yeah, well, Hall's got that ceiling type thing that might be the way to go.
I love Hall as well. My only concern is if it's going to be a little bit slippery, a little bit cold.
The other one, Tarrant's back in. Does he take some kick-ins? Because he used to.
He probably does, but who gets it on the way out?
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah, well, that's it. Do they get +6s now because
Yeah.
of it? Like, that's the thing.
But to think he's had 150 there, yeah, it's hard to say no to
Yeah.
Taranto.
Yep. Good call. Right, Cal, finish us off with
Okay.
your favourite part.
No, it's not. But this one's not bad.
You sure?
Okay.
Okay, give it to us.
So a pirate walks into a bar. Right. No, this is
Another
legit.
one of these
No,
ones.
and he sits down. He sits down on a seat next to a gentleman, and they start having
Irish
a drink.
pirateman and
No. And this bloke looks at the pirate, and he looks him up and down. He goes, "Mate," he goes, "I bet you're a virgin." "Arr, I am not a virgin." He said, "Yeah, look at you. You think you're all that, and you're not." He goes,
Which
"Yeah."
E-rated are you, Cal?
No, that's fine. That's fine. He goes, "You're not. Look at you." And he goes, "Well, I was a virgin till last night." And the bloke goes, "Oh, come on, mate. As if, you know, what's going on here?" And he goes, "Well, if you don't believe me, you can ask your sister." He goes, "Good on you, mate."
Cal,
Hang on,
scary mummy.
He goes, "Come on, mate." He goes, "Don't have a sister." He goes, "Arr, you might this time in 9 months."
Got a question for the traders?
where I'm
Tweet
at.
the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy Official.
Calvin.
What?
Oh, we're
Been
offline.
nice knowing everyone.
Have we
Thank
gone off
you.
air?
We've
There's
had
nothing wrong with that.
It's fun doing this show over the years.
Oh,
There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
told you I was going to fake laugh regardless, and I'm just laughing for the wrong reason.
Horrified laugh.
Horrified laugh.
Right.
You went to the Russian version of Scary Mummy, I think.
No, you'd be surprised, but it actually wasn't a scarymummy.com classic.
Oh, my goodness.
Wasn't it?
You're like the traders version of Nathan Buckley. You're gone after that.
Send in your bloody applications or whatever. We do
Send in
have
your jokes.
the late changes for tonight's game. No late changes. So Boyd Woodcock is the sub, which they did announce before, and Narkle, who was dropped, unluckily.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. So
God, they're a rude club.
he is the sub there. All right, a couple of questions. We've got some from the Facebook event. Make sure you click the going or interested on
Yeah,
there. You can't
yeah.
do that these days, right?
I
'Cause you've
can't. Can I?
lost
haven't
or
logged
forgotten
back,
your password.
Log back in,
to get
yeah.
in Facebook. But
Anyway.
let's go here.
Sure it's
Aaron
missing me.
Bowler. Would you go Ward, keeping in mind his last 3 games, which have been good, going over
Yes.
100 and break even, or would you go Houston or Haynes?
Look, I am so glad that his name came up because earlier on I spoke about some big guns to look at. If you, especially now with this injury information, you might not be able to max out the rookies that cash out the rookies that have maxed out because you might have to patch holes here, especially with someone like Ronan who hasn't even gone up in cash.
Yes.
So you might not be able to chase the Whitfield, the Kelly, the Hall. Yes, you can chase the form of Ward. There's actually, it's not just him either. It's also Hopper in there is going off his head. They both are. All the GWS boys in the guts are going off. And Old Green, unfortunately, got pushed out of that mix. Otherwise, he would have been
in there.
in that group as well.
He didn't get forward status in the end, did he?
No, so he's cooked himself from a fantasy perspective after that last game. But those other two, yes, if you've got no cash, God, you could get a ton out of them. They're killing it.
Do you know a little thing, and I heard someone say this or read it from someone, is when you're thinking about these guys, what's he going to average for the rest of the year?
Yeah.
Let's call it 95.
Yep.
That's 95 times, hang on, I better do my maths here, 11.
Yep.
Whereas the guy that's coming up with the buy, if you're getting them in,
Yes.
it's times by 10.
Yes.
Because it's one less game because they've got a buy coming up. So
Yeah.
that's the thing that you can do. And obviously he may not necessarily be in your team for the whole time because you might in 5 weeks' time be in a position where you can go, oh, he's made some coin, sideways across to another fallen premium, he's got a better run coming up and that sort of stuff.
And you have made another great point there.
I
okay.
make a lot of good points at times.
So this thing that people say all the time, if you get him now, you have to have him for the rest of the season.
Not 2 trades a week.
No, you don't.
Because there'll be a point where your team, you look at it and go, I'm happy.
That's all right.
completed. And then you start fixing up those guys that aren't quite there.
Not to like.
I won't have a completed team, that's for sure. But
No, well, mine will be completely crap. But the thing is, I could still ride someone like that.
Yep.
And if it fails after 100, it'd be averaging near 110 the last 3. The pair of them have been
106.
There you go.
Yep.
Round it up. So
You can do that.
it's a play.
Yeah.
You
I love
don't
it.
have to have them the whole
question
year.
then from Aaron here as well, or do you go Houston or Haynes? Haynes is super cheap. Like, what's he?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
450 or something.
I'd be steering clear of Haynes, though.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen enough. Whereas Houston, I saw enough at the start of the
Agree.
year that coming off a rest too,
He's
surely
got a
fresh.
shoulder that's been an issue.
It doesn't take much to bang it up, does it?
Haynes hasn't been great. 78, 77,
No.
and people like he's back. No, he's not. He was 90 plus last
So he's
year.
still certainly cheap for his name, and I do love a
Agreed.
name.
Yes.
It's the best name you can get to, but you see him scoring that. I think last time he played, Cumming had like 111 or something.
Yeah.
So he's obviously getting some of the kicks that Haynes used to have.
Agree.
Yeah. So I don't love it, but I do love Houston. I think that's a
Love
good
Houston.
gamble.
Agree.
If that's all you can get to. He's
Yes.
no Whitfield, but he's good for his price.
Yep, definitely.
Nick wants to know then Whitfield or Hall?
Hall.
Hall over Whitfield.
I'm
Hall.
so big on Hall.
Yeah, I'm big on Hall. I'd go that.
Rolling 22?
Yeah, he's number one.
Is he?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's so cool, isn't it?
Massive.
Love it.
I wonder if he knows. Someone's got to tell him.
He'd know. He'd know.
Brad on Facebook here is asking, Amati, Reeves or Newcomb? Best 2 to bring in this week. I think Newcomb has to be.
Yes.
Because he's playing, well, he's in the side this week and next week, hopefully.
You would think so.
So at least those other dudes have got the bye. So who is it then between Reeves and Amati?
I think it's... Well, we've seen more from Reeves. We've
Yep.
seen Reeves twice. We've only seen Amati once. I'm going with Reeves,
What if you can't play Reeves, but you can play Amati?
depending on how many you've got. I guess is the answer to that. So, but Amati's fine.
He would still be an extra number.
Thing is-
it drops one off.
And next week, that's when you get Reeves
Yeah.
and you don't get Amati, isn't it?
yeah.
So just have to look at you.
Yeah, whatever suits you.
Whichever week you need one more.
Yeah,
might
both
split
are
it
great
for you.
pickups. Both are fine.
Yep. Paul Lewis, how long should we hold Ridley? I think you've got to hold him.
Yeah,
It sucks. He's got
He's
the
one of
bye.
those
So he's the one.
guys,
If you were
yeah.
in a much better position than a lot of people with how many rookies you've got in your team and stuff, it could be a great move to make if that's the one that's getting you to Whitfield and you're doing maybe another upgrade at the time.
See, now you say it like that because I'm like, I haven't watched him as closely as you. I don't own him, so I'm like, it's the Riddler. He killed it at the start of the year, but then when you talk about putting him to Whitfield,
Yeah.
that's significant.
There's potentially 30 plus points
There
there.
is.
The Riddler's averaged 68 in his last three.
Oh, make it 50 plus points. Then.
68 in his last three. It's a lot. Every time you have him instead of Whitfield, you're losing 40 points.
Oh boy.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Okay, Severin wants to know, do you hold Fife or is it a must trade? I think it's a must trade.
It's a must trade.
Out this week,
See you,
buy
buddy.
coming up. Now, must trade, if you've already got Kelly, Hall, Hunter, who's the next best forward that you'd be looking at?
Kelly, Hall, Hunter.
Who's coming off the bye that you like then?
In the forwards.
Could you roll? You needed to make this call tonight, like Higgins as some value there.
You could do.
But
all those guys coming back, though.
It's not.
It's a big danger. I don't know. I don't think there is any sort of reliable option there. No, I don't know if there is.
No.
I like side bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got a
okay.
bye obviously coming up.
Yep.
He does. I don't have me rolling 22 with me, unfortunately. Yeah, don't know.
All right. Jamie wants to know, being a Pies fan, can I get 5 trades next week as we need a new coach?
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
can organise that for you.
You can. You think you've got some little secret thing
I
to get
do.
you extra 100K in the
Yeah.
thing. How many people would have tried that?
Oh,
too?
they've tried it.
I
mate.
got it.
Yeah. Did you do it?
I got it.
Yeah. Click your captain button 3
Yeah.
times, you get an extra 100K
Yeah.
in the bank.
Cheat mode.
Yeah, done.
On.
Brandon Marsh is asking, trading Petrarca or Whitfield? Like, the idea is get a player that's had their buy, and
Yeah.
that's Whitfield.
So it makes it
Petrarca's
very
got
easy.
his coming up.
Yeah, but
So-
not everyone, though, is playing for... Like, I've got a couple of mates who don't care about the national rank. And
Yeah.
in the league that they're in at the moment, the buys are turned
Well,
off.
who would you prefer? I think I'd prefer Whitfield
I
over
would prefer,
Petrarca anyway.
and I still agree. I would still prefer Whitfield. But
Yeah.
trading strategy for us is based on our rank. We like to look at our rank.
You wouldn't know it.
No, I don't.
We don't like to look at our
But
rank,
for
actually.
some people, their buys are switched
Yeah.
off right now.
Toby Green, is he an option to bring in? Peter Saunders has asked that one.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Like the name
he could be
for that
a
price.
forward at that.
Yeah. He was looking good too.
He was.
So, yep. He's nowhere near that category of those big guys, but he's also nowhere near the price. He's a bargain price.
Yep.
6.38. So, yeah, he's an option. But you've got to know what you're going to get with Toby.
Yep. He's been all right, though.
He has.
73 and 108 before he got injured. So 2 weeks out for him. Good matchup this week against North Melbourne.
Yeah.
He could be anything.
He had a good run of games, 88, 89, 108.
Yep.
Then that injured 73.
Yep.
Right, after Greg say, after the horror show that was Heaney, Harms, Hind, Heppel last week, is it a hideous idea to bring in Hall this week?
No.
Feels like a hellish thing to do.
No.
Do you avoid H's?
No, not on this occasion.
No.
He will hella save your life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he's got to come in. Remember a few weeks back?
Yep.
Everyone in the 10K club with me were
Yeah.
at the point of giving up.
What was he, 475 or something?
Yeah.
He was under 5.
And I
wasn't
said, we're getting him and we're putting the C on him.
Yep.
And they're all back up and about.
he? Yep.
Yeah, none of us are in the hunt for a car or anything, but we're back in the game.
That's it, back in the
Hall
game.
gets you back in the game.
Yeah.
It's sort of like Maxi last year.
Yep.
Got you back in the game.
Yes.
This is Hall this
Agree.
year.
I love it.
Peter's saying here, 550 points off the hat, so he's ranked 1,600.
Oh, look
Everyone
out.
is bringing Whitfield and Kelly. Thoughts on taking them on with Took and Duncan? He
Oh,
held
wow.
Grundy there.
I don't like the words take them on.
No, nor do I, unless you are talking about
Yes, I love
Two
the Duncan.
elite talents
yeah,
like
I
that.
agree.
Yep.
I love the Duncan move.
if it was two randoms,
Yep.
these guys are both in the rolling 22.
Of course they are. I don't mind him doing that, and I don't think it's too risky.
No.
I don't think it's too risky. Go for it, mate.
I like it. Dangerfield, Sally is asking then, is he a forward that you could be picking up?
If you like a headache,
Better have a look.
you can't go. We can't jump in. He's
One
got
of
to
the things that I probably put my... What is his
break even 142.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
So what's his
so-
price figure at then?
He's at 748.
Yeah.
He will be under 700 in a couple of weeks' time, and that's when you can move on him.
This is where we just hope he has a couple of quiet ones ready
Yeah.
for us to pounce
But
on.
it'd be, imagine having Dangerfield as a unique. That would
Yeah.
also feel pretty cool.
If you
But
want to go early,
did he have syndesmosis or syndesmosis like Lockie
it was
Jones?
a Gnosis.
It was Gnosis?
Nah, he had
No, he had
significant time.
Moses.
He had the most. Yeah.
Right, he had most.
Yeah.
Better have a look at him first.
You
then.
need to look at him.
I haven't even seen vision of him running yet.
No, me either.
That's a concern.
This is probably reminds me. There's no late changes for the Cats tonight.
What?
Interesting. Yeah, so, Connor was asking, what do us Guthrie owners do? Brought him in the week before he's out with the injury and held through the bye. If I hold, I've had 840k player for 4 weeks for a combined score of 105.
I would spit it at him and see you later.
Yep, gotta go.
You can't.
Send
You're
a
not guaranteed
message.
that he's playing next week, are you?
And he's just
Yeah.
not even a dude that's. It's not like he's a
That coin
ruck
lets you
or
go
something.
wherever
Yeah.
you want, but yeah, it's tricky.
Nah, it's
Get
not
rid of
even
it.
tricky. Flick him.
Out.
This is why, see, God, it's very unfair on the guy, but it's things like this, Guthrie's just not ever an option.
No.
Is he? Despite how good he is. That's harsh.
Steve is saying Zeeble to Josh Kelly. You wouldn't do that, would you,
God.
with Kelly, with Zeeble?
Look, people, I'm not sure what prompted this. People have been hating on Zeeble
Yes.
lately and
He's
wanting to
only
get rid of
averaging
him.
like 95 or something.
Yeah,
Like, is that
and
what
like
it is? Yeah.
I understand the fact his price was high
Yeah, yeah.
and he probably wasn't going to hold that, but it's still a dude that you've got there that is killing it.
Especially at this point of the buys.
And his flexibility, he's in the two dudder spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can still pump out big hundreds.
And he's going at 96 in his last 3.
Yeah.
You know, we're not chopping dudes like that. And I understand people want a better name.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's still doing it.
Look, the only thing I understood was when he had his price got ridiculously humongous, and then there was some value, say, Josh Kelly when he bottomed out.
Yes, you get 200
If you were
almost
doing
from
that,
that.
and
Yep.
then upgrading it,
Yep.
that's okay. But who are you? I just don't. You're not trading out Zeeble unless you're getting like that 200k to a Josh Kelly who's going to be sick as well.
Yep.
And then using that
So
money.
what they're looking at here, so he got up to about 830.
Yeah.
830.
So if you
and
traded him to Josh Kelly that week.
Yeah, and since then he's dropped about 70k from his peak. Not
Yeah.
from what he started, from his peak. So he's still 764. 100 odd more than what he started the year at. But he's still producing. So 99
pumping out good enough scores.
99 and 104 in his last 2. We're not you got to stick
And then
with that.
86, 95, 100, 170, 140.
What other forwards are doing
Stop
that
it.
for
No.
you? That's the other thing.
Stick him out. And I
And
understand
how much more is Kelly really going to do than that?
And that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
There's no one the kind of value that Kelly was a few weeks ago.
that's right. Nah, you got to stick it out, mate.
I just don't hate on Zeeble. Like, I don't know why everyone's hating on Zeeble.
Right, David's got Zorko. He's suspended for next week. Got the bye this week. What do you do?
He goes.
I think you have to trade, don't
That's
you?
pretty annoying.
It
is
is
very annoying.
Yeah, you have
Good
to-
player, going well.
Yeah.
Unlucky.
Pretty
but
Just
unique.
make the best out of it with your strategy, I guess.
cut
for
your
these 2
losses and
weeks.
go. Yep, you
Yeah.
got to trade it.
John needs to make this call tonight. Ollie Wines over Whitfield. Would that be an option? If you've already got 5 Giants, is that an issue for you if you've got too many from one club or 5 Giants, as you say?
Not now the buy's gone,
But
especially.
could you go Ollie Wines? I like him as an option.
So do I.
I do
But-
too.
And he's another one that I'll put in that category of not chasing a unique.
Agree.
That's just a good quality unique.
He's going at 119 in his last 3 and 106 this year.
Take it.
You do.
Why not have a look at it?
Could you go across for Warwick here, Hind to Kelly? Costs you a couple of dollars, but not a ridiculous amount.
Man, your team must be in a sick
Yeah.
position to do that. I reckon Hind is great still.
I do too.
He's top 10 forward.
And yeah, he is a top 10 forward. And he's got, like, Zeeble, those 2 crappy
defender
positions.
forward.
Yep.
And he's interchangeable between the 2 to help you field your best team.
The only reason
Handy
The
flexibility.
only reason you would get rid of it if you were struggling in next week's buy. Sorry, in this week's buy. And you were like, I really needed to free up some
I
spots
guess
here.
so.
You
I
know,
mean, it is an upgrade.
It is.
But I don't know if it's a high priority upgrade.
Tricky.
That's very tricky.
I think that you'd hold.
I still hold.
I think that he is not the worst of your players, but if you said 10 weeks ago that you could go Hind to Josh Kelly, we would have been all over it.
Would have been
If
like
he'd done his job,
best move ever.
but the fact is that he's doing that. But is there a little bit of risk because he went forward?
There
Like,
is.
is that the thing that could just be
That
what
mi-
ticks
that
it
might
over?
be why he's thinking
If
about
you've
doing it.
If you don't have any other sort of round 13 buy players
Yeah.
to be getting rid of,
Okay.
like could he be? I don't think it just makes your team better for the long haul.
No.
That's
It's a tough one.
everyone's
because
team's in a different
we
spot,
don't want
though.
him in that forward. We don't want him starting in that forward
No, that's right.
role.
When do they play?
Remember when
they
he-
obviously got the bye. Sorry.
Remember when he played there for St Kilda?
It was not good.
Sucked.
That's why he was so cheap this year.
And, if he's going from Hine to Kelly, that was what he's looking at,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah.
That's nearly 100K.
Is it that much?
Yeah, it's that much. So
Is it really?
Kelly's up to 740 now.
Look, if it
Yeah, it's about 100K.
if it gets him 18,
Yep, then go for it.
long run, it's a way better player. So if that gets you to 18 this week and saves your backside,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
It's an upgrade. If that's what you want to hear, yes, it is an upgrade.
Yes.
Andrew's asked this one. Do we just leave Rantau and O'Connor? Doesn't need them. They're not valuable to move.
No, they're
are
not.
they?
No.
Did Rantel get dropped?
Well, he's in the squad on the bench.
That's
on that
dropped.
extended bench.
That's dropped.
They just sit
Oh,
there now.
no, lost another 20.
They are your Kavaras of 2020.
This is where it's not really worth sometimes chasing a player on the field.
Yeah.
Could have taken a donut for him
yeah.
and Ronan and that,
Yep.
as opposed to downgrade to them.
Yep.
Because they just sucked. It's just
Yep.
not worthwhile.
All right, last couple here. Rowan Smith is asking, Flynn going to hold his spot? Named on the extended bench.
Yeah.
Mummy in the ruck, of course.
It's a concern.
Yeah, it's
No.
one to look at Friday,
He's
but I think
good.
they play together.
He's good. They play together.
He's
Up
been
against Goldberg.
And his hands are too good when he goes forward. He's one of the rucks that can actually go forward and take a clunk.
out of all the players that are on that extended bench, he is by far the best one listed.
Yeah.
He definitely plays.
Yeah.
Andrew is asking this one here. You got to pick two out of Tracy, Paul Hunter, Max Lynch.
Jeez.
Well, it's probably Tracy and Hunter. Lynch, we know, is on
Borrowed
time.
Yes.
Whereas Hunter's borrowed time is as long as Marshall's out.
Yep.
And I think he's out longer than
Probably.
Grundy.
Yep.
Agree. Yeah, that's a tough one. There's
So
a lot
don't
of
get me wrong. This
I'm
is another
thinking,
sucky.
now then the question is,
Lot of what ifs
player.
who would you be playing this week out of those guys? Tracy, Hunter and Max Lynch.
I'd be going nowhere near Hunter because he couldn't even score when he had sole
Yeah.
ruck duties. He is sharing the duties.
Lynch is
Lynch
up
has a
against-
crack. He's up against Max.
He's up
but
against
he
Max.
has a crack.
Oh.
No, you're not touching that
God,
either.
he's in.
He had
It's,
50 against the genius that is Rob.
No, you are going Dick Tracy, who's up against
It was good.
Zach Smith.
Hey, at least he was
But he's
a
not up
target.
against Zach Smith. He's not a ruck. He's
Oh,
a
but he'll
forward.
be there running around, and they're no good.
doesn't
Yeah, he
really.
will be on the same field,
Yeah.
Cal.
Yeah.
You are spot on.
There you go. It's Dick Tracy.
Oh, know your craft, Cal. You are very good at what you
As
do.
if I watch what Dick Tracy does on the ground.
That is
mate.
a very fair call.
Good.
I don't watch him.
Who do you get rid of out of Ridley or Phillips to get Whitfield?
Oh, yuck.
So Ridley, I'd be holding him over Phillips. However, he's got the bye. Phillips is off the
playing this
bye.
week.
You hold Phillips.
Phillips is playing
Yeah.
this
He's
week,
out there.
allegedly.
You hold Phillips.
Yeah, hold Phillips. God, how long's he going to be in our team?
I don't know.
Last one here then is Houston or Rao. Who is it?
It's Houston. I know what we're thinking.
Yep.
We need a cider. And
Okay.
he's going to be, Rao is going to be cheap. He's got a
What type
break
of cider?
even.
Apple?
He's a break even
Pear?
of 126.
Yeah.
He will be under 500, Roy, in the next couple of weeks. So
Not
go
when he-
Houston.
not when he gets 126.
That's true. He might get it.
Here, the thing is, okay, let's have this conversation just quickly.
Go.
So, Rao, you are nearly straight swapping a fat and
Yeah,
cash
exactly.
cow for it.
Yes, you are.
You could be going your Jordan next week straight to him.
Yeah.
You couldn't do it this week, could you?
I think you need that pear cider first.
Yep. You need a cider.
Look, this
Apple
dude,
cider.
he's going to be fit.
Yeah.
It hasn't stopped him running.
No.
He
I
knows
agree.
he's a piglet. He knows
is a
how to
pig.
find the ball.
Look,
How much is he?
536.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
But you can wait.
He'll be
It's
under
almost
500.
a crime not to get
He
him.
will be. There'll be a 4 in front of his name, potentially next week.
Not when he tons up this week.
All right. Well,
What's his break even?
his break even is 126.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
One to watch. We'll be
one
watching
to
that
watch.
one.
I bet we're talking
If
about
he
him
gets
on-
under 5, it's a rule we have to pick.
Yeah,
him.
we have to.
That's too much value.
Yeah, agree.
All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you are across the teams and team selection stuff, especially knowing when these teams are trimmed, the Sunday teams at 5 o'clock on Friday, and then for that Monday game, they will be trimmed at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon because it may dictate some of the moves you make. Good luck with it, and just remember you've got 4 trades next week, so for round 14, be prepared for that, be planned up, be ready to roll, and catch the game on Monday. We're looking forward to it.
I'm that excited about that.
Yep.
Yeah, the big freeze at
Yep.
the SCG, so grab your beanies, Coles Express, Bunnings,
Yep.
and also you can donate as well at fightmnd.org.au.
Get around it.
Aiming to get 2 mil.
Wow.
Play
On
on.
the game time.
Get it done.
Let's make it happen. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Monday night. It will
Monday
be.
night.
Monday night.
It'll be exciting. Thanks, guys.
You've been listening to AFL Fantasy Live. Play the official fantasy game of the AFL at fantasy.afl.com.au. Happy trading.